A video shows a Ukrainian soldier with the call sign Sadoy using the Javelin anti-tank guided missile system to destroy Russian armor, disrupting the enemy offensive. Video footage, published on Facebook by the 79th Separate Airborne Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, AFU, shows one of its soldiers thwarting a Russian attack by destroying 4 armored fighting vehicles in a single engagement. The other day, the enemy made another attempt to break through the defensive formations of the Taurian paratroopers, deploying 5 units of armored fighting vehicles along with infantry for the assault. The accompanying message reads, However, Ukrainian troops repelled the assault, leaving the enemy's equipment burning in the field. Most of the enemy infantry was killed. In the battle, the actions of Junior Sergeant Andriy G., call sign Sadoy, stood out. Using the Javelin anti-tank guided missile system, he destroyed 4 armored vehicles of the Russian army, which brought his personal tally of destroyed enemy equipment to 22. We understood that the enemy would most likely attempt a breakthrough. We prepared. I was already at the point, waiting for the enemy, said Sadoy. Within a few hours, aerial reconnaissance detected the movement of 2 items of equipment, a tank and a BMP infantry fighting vehicle moving towards Sadoy's location. The anti-tank gunner waited for the Russian equipment to come into range, then took out the vehicles, the BMP first, and then the tank. According to the paratrooper, less than 10 minutes later, 3 more vehicles were detected moving in the same direction. I hit 2 more vehicles, destroyed them, and stopped the offensive. It was a significant offensive because 5 units of equipment, holy moly, I destroyed 4 of them. 1 remained there which was finished off with other weapons, said Sadoy. In the video, a drone can be seen circling above the 5th unit of Russian equipment, and then some kind of ammunition, probably a grenade, falls directly on the vehicle, followed by an explosion. The paratrooper highlighted the role played by drones in detecting Russian movement. Aerial reconnaissance detects the enemy and informs about them the most, because the equipment cannot be heard from 2 kilometers away. The earlier you detect the enemy, the sooner you can act. A brigade spokesperson emphasizes that intense fighting is currently underway in the Donetsk region, as evidenced by Russian losses. During the first days of the new year, Maroon Berets have already destroyed or damaged 29 units of the occupiers' armored fighting vehicles with their loss of life, amounting to more than 200 fighters. The message reads, Recently, a Russian air defense team fired at its own paratroopers undergoing training at the Kuzminsky military training range in the Rostov region, killing 2 soldiers. The incident occurred when a Zu-23-2 anti-aircraft gun operator mistook the exercises for a landing by Ukrainian paratroopers and began firing on his own troops. Similar incidents are not unheard of, as Oleksandr Shtupun, spokesperson for Ukraine's Tavria Operational Strategic Group, commented earlier on national television that fear has prompted Russian troops to shoot at everything that moves. For every 10 tanks and infantry fighting vehicles, the Russians roll toward the Ukrainian bridgehead in Krynky, on the Russian-held left bank of the Dnipro River in southern Ukraine. Just one comes back. There are some idiots on our side who don't learn from mistakes and drive equipment to Krynky, one Russian blogger wrote. So you understand, 90% of the equipment that gets there is not returned. It's no secret to the Russians or Ukrainians what's been happening in Krynky since the Marines from Ukraine's 35th Brigade first motored across the Dnipro and, in a series of brutal infantry actions, secured their bridgehead in Krynky. According to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, one Russian assault ended very brightly, when an explosives-laden first-person view drone from the Ukrainian 501st Marine Battalion struck a tank, triggering a powerful secondary explosion. Russia and Ukraine both build or buy thousands of FPV drones a month, but merely acquiring a drone is just one small link in a chain that starts with strategy and doctrine and ends with a 2-pound quadcopter blowing up a 40-ton tank. In the Krynky area, Ukraine appears to have electronic superiority, which means they have drone superiority, analyst Donald Hill wrote in fellow analyst Tom Cooper's newsletter. They are jamming Russian drones and destroying Russian vehicles both with mines, dropped munitions, and kamikaze drones.
Выстрел!